We anticipate to match it for us. That's why I think the next 4 to 36 hours are critical. Me, myself, have you guys heard of Chief Kessler?
Yeah, I know Kessler. I invited him to this call.
Excellent. Well, he's appointed me as commander of CSF and 3% DOG. I've been running a tight ship here in Georgia, and we're just setting the standard for other states to follow. So I just wanted to kind of key you guys in on what's going on here. And channeling the information into one location over the next 24 to 36 hours, I think, is critical to get good intel from the boots on the ground. Me, personally, I'd like to have a request for assistance from the Nevada militia. I'm getting conflicting reports on whether or not they even exist. But a situation where we have to act to defend or prevent bloodshed and on my mind heavily.
Permission to speak?
Yes.
This is Tony. I'm West Coast. I've had many people go up tonight, ask me to get on the call and listen in. Pretty heavily involved in a lot of the stuff going on that you guys are talking about. Forced Recon, USMC, 1975 to 1984. Did you guys give this a thought? I study America really hard and what our governments do. Did you give it a thought that they're not trying to pull you guys there to start this off?
Thank you.
That this is a draw-in? Because we went up and down the whole West Coast, and anybody that would listen, we asked them to stand down because we run inside information all the time, and we got a bad feeling that that's what they're doing. We should have confirmation on it by Friday night, Saturday morning at the very latest, but that's what it's looking like to us. They're trying to draw everybody in that's going to show up. I mean, look right now how they're portraying everything online in the social medias. They're showing militias are going to show up. Every picture is of a militia member and camoed out. That I know that's not the message you guys want to send to them, but that's how they're portraying you right now. When it hits the mainstream media and they start showing it on the news, local and national, it's going to portray the militias as camoed out guys with AR-15s in their hands. They're already painting the picture. This has already gone sideways, guys.
Yep.
They're drawing you in, and I'm not a guy that says told you so. I just wanted to throw mine in there. I've been listening to this call for quite a while. True-blooded patriot. I believe in everything you guys are doing. But these guys have had hundreds of years to prepare for this. If the average person has only woken up in the last 5 to 10 years, and the average person in this country isn't even close to being prepared, they're at best an armchair patriot. I know you guys aren't, but that's my 2 cents, and you can take it or leave it.
Just
sir, that was well said.
Hours, I believe, will be the time to prepare. I don't know of other.
As long as you're living and breathing, you have time to prepare.
As best you can, and
that's right.
That was well said, man. That makes perfect sense, and that boils down to what I was saying earlier about if you just pack up and throw stuff in the truck, and you roll to Nevada from Louisiana, and you leave your brothers and sisters behind. You know, if only a couple of us can go, and you've got leaders out of pocket. And
guys,
then
this
something
call
happens
is
at the home front, and your militia is vulnerable at all points. And it's hard to be in a militia and to get it organized and to get it solid to where that you know that you can survive in a worst-case scenario situation. And if you go and you just pack up every time that something's going on, and I'm not saying that if it gets bad enough that we won't pack up and go, but we go as a team and we prepare to go, and we don't go up there and exhaust our resources getting there. So,
sounds to me, sir, like you need some serious recon up there, and that's what needs to happen first.
And people are making a stand, and they're making a very definite voice that we are fed up. and militia are coming together. And I had a buddy just text me today. He's like, I don't understand why militia are not getting together and standing up for this guy. I said, they are. Just look closer.
Yes.
It's just not on the national news.
And
Sir,
sure,
I commend you.
You don't think they're not on this call recording it?
Oh, sure they are. Probably 2 or 3 of them. But who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? This is America.
I'm stating the obvious here.
We are free. We are still free.
That's right.
The fucked up part, bro, is the fact that we're not doing anything illegal and they are. We're the ones that are trying to fix it. They're the ones that are trying to muck it up. They're the ones that are acting in fraud. There's armed guards there that are guaranteed contractors that just got hired in the last 72 hours that aren't even part of this company. There's verified documents out there right now, if you do a little more research, that all these orders to do all this, it's a land grab, man. It's for mineral rights, oil rights, and everything underneath that ground. They want to take over this whole area. This is eminent domain. This is eminent domain at its finest. The military wants this land, and they're going to take it every which way they want to. That's what it comes down to.
And Blackwater, there's the contractors more than likely.
Definitely is.
Question?
Fucked up part is those are our brothers, you know.
Permission to speak.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm swearing in front of you. I didn't know you were there.
September of last year, we took 3 million bikers to Washington, D.C. Out of those 3 million bikers, 2 million of them had their license plates covered to avoid identification. That's something somebody else might want to think about. Go ahead.
It's a good thought.
Say again.
Oh. She recommended to cover your license plates. Go ahead, sir.
This may be also a thing to gauge our strength.
Can I drive her point home real quick here? We spend a lot of time. We have a network that's almost nationwide now. We spend a lot of time chasing vets down and people that are illegally detained and nobody else knows about it. We work with the Rutherford Institution on the West Coast or the East Coast, and we get these people out. They're pulling them in, questioning them and stuff. And to drive her point home, there's a reason that these guys 2 million went with their license plate covered. They are searching people out and taking them out of their homes. We go to the extremes. We don't ask donations. We're all privately funded to get these vets out and these people out. We were the ones that got Brandon out of jail. We got him hooked up with the Rutherford. We've gotten tons of people out because the Rutherford Institute does know the Constitution, practices it, and they're constitutional lawyers. But her point is as longer you're on the grid and the more that you say, here we are in your face, they can single every one of us out one at a time and take you out of your home. And we all know, because we're smart men, especially us military guys, that you don't want to have a shootout in your home because a dead patriot isn't good to the rest of the cause.
Guys and gals, please.
Pardon me?
Guys and gals, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't mean to leave gals out. Patriots are both, as far as I'm concerned.
Brothers and sisters.
Right.
Yes.
And I completely understand that. This is Anastasia Jacoby. I'm actually the National Executive Secretary, Media Coordinator for 2 Million Bikers to D.C. One thing I wanted to let you know that we are doing, and I would welcome you to give us any updated instructions for our membership. For the past 2 days, we have posted the official statement from Stuart Rhodes of Oath Keepers, and we have also posted an action alert, items for Nevada for the persons who are not able to actually go to the ranch and what they can do as far as making calls, emails, letters, and such like that, and of posting that information. We actually posted it several times today on our page. So I would like to give you my contact information. So if those instructions for any of our members, because we do have members that are actually en route to Nevada, that we could we could post updated information.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My personal email address is babygirljacoby. That is spelled BABYGIRLJACOBY. And that's at gmail.com. And my name is Anastasia Jacoby. And you can find me on Facebook. If you just look on our national page, you can link to my personal page. My page is public.
Who's got recon in the area? Is anybody?
Yeah, we've got Brian. I've got his phone number. He's got boots down on the ground. He's actually there. Chimed in on the call earlier.
Okay.
If you want a phone number, I could give it.
No. I got recon in the area. That's why I decided to get involved on this call. Keep your recon giving you information by the hour.
Nice.
That's going to be the smartest move. But you want your recon in the area because anything you read online, all that stuff can be distorted. Once a story starts, by the time you get it, it could be so distorted. I've probably read 30 in the last 3 days, and everything different to how many people got hurt, how many got tased, how many cattle would be taken, or what happened. The stories just get too distorted. You want live eyes on the ground. And
yes, please, God, confirm the stories.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and put, I've got an email website address thing I want to put out there to help out from any kind of way that I can from down here in the dirty South. If the fellow running the call is still there, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother.
Okay. It's P Custom Stone at atd.net. And B Custom Stone is all, one fluid word at att.net.
You don't do the Facebook thing by chance, do you, brother?
I do. My Facebook is Brian Lytle. Brian with
L-Y-L-E?
Lytle.
10-4.
Send me a friend request or whatnot, and any way that I can help out, send the supplies or anything like that, because obviously I can't just jump in the truck and go. It would not be a smart move.
Hey, are you Kingsport?
Do what?
I just searched your name in Facebook. I see one for Kingsport. Tennessee.
Kingsport? No, I'm in Walker, man. Louisiana.
Oh. All right.
Brian with an I, Lytle.
Yeah, there's about a dozen of you.
What? Well, I thought I was special.
Now that everybody's calmed down, if I could interject for a moment.
Is that Brian Bubba Lytle?
Do what?
Brian Bubba Lytle?
No, Brian Lytle.
Yeah, a few of you popped up there, man.
I've got a green shirt on my profile, and I was dressed up as Wolf of Green for the St. Patty's Day parade.
Well, I found you. It took about 2 seconds.
Yeah, no such luck on mine.
You still don't have it?
Are you next to a black truck, did you say?
No.
Yeah, no, bro. Yeah, you're not in there then.
His profile picture is him standing there smiling, and his shirt is green, and it says, "This is my only green shirt."
You got it.
I know it, and he's got a really great profile picture with some really cute kids, too. Everybody's wearing green.
Right.
Yeah, he's not coming up on
Patty's
this end.
Day. There's Irish in this blood.
That's Red Book for you, though. But if it helps, if you're on, man, if you type in "free the people," all one word, I pop up.
Well, I'm not by a computer or anything like that. I'm not computer savvy.
10-4, if you could remember that. Maybe I'm being blocked. Who knows? FedBook loves me.
Free the people?
Yeah, all one word.
All right, I'll check that out.
Hey, Brian, what was your last name again?
Lytle.
How you spell that?
Lytle. Why, you DHS or something?
No, no. I'm just been listening for the last 2 hours. I chimed in earlier, just trying to find out what's going on down there.
Look, I think that this is a great idea to have these conference calls, to hear people from all parts of this nation, and have like-minded folks get together and be on the same page. And yeah, we're not all capable of just jumping in the truck and rolling to Nevada. And we have to be diligent. We have to be smart about everything that we do, because our resources are not limitless. And the opponent that we're up against, their resources are limitless. And it's not wise for us to just go rally up and cause a big stink and leave the home front unguarded. And to hear the input from everybody, is great. And that fella Freebird, I think his name was, that's the mentality that we need to be in. That's where we need to be as far as brothers and sisters in arms. We're not looking to cause a stink, but we're not going to live in it. We're not going to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
And we're tired. I know y'all are. I know I am. I for 20 years I wanted to, find an organization, and I finally did. And I ain't looking back. I don't regret it a bit. I wish I would have done it sooner. But had I done it sooner, I don't think I'd be in an organization like what I'm in now. I don't think I'd be satisfied. I feel like I have people that truly have my back, and I have theirs. And that's what it's all about.
Who's this? I'm not familiar with voices. I'm sorry. Who's this talking?
Brian Lytle.
Okay. All right. Cool. Love it, Brian. I do these calls. I do 7 calls a week nationwide with different groups for the same thing that we're talking about. And tonight has probably been one of the most civilized calls that I have been on. And I appreciate that from everybody. I'm just speaking from my heart right now. You don't get this very often. Americans are confused, and they like to argue over the petty little shit when the big picture is overrunning them. So this is what's needed. I've been at this for 20 years, fighting this battle. You should have been doing this 20 years ago, man. If anybody that was, oh, man, you're a fruitcake.
Well, 20 years ago, I was freaking, 18 years old. I was hot-headed and ready to just fight. Now I'm ready to be proactive and say, okay, choose your battles. And if you gotta pull a battle, get you an equalizer. And
no, it's just everybody that's spoken tonight. That's patriotism. That's America. They know what they want. They know what we need, and that's unusual. I don't know how often the rest of you have these conversations. I publicly speak. I'm all over. I practically do this for a living. And my God, I mean, between the people that are, let's just go with the people that are awake or that think they're awake. Some of the arguments they want to argue, it's like, really? Who cares if it's an AK or an AR? That's not what this is about. It's a lot of stupid shit out there right now.
Yeah, and really, do you want to go out there with your AK or your AR and think that you're a badass?
Yeah.
And you want to walk through puddles of blood? Or,
even worse yet, do you want to take this country back, and take on somebody with unlimited resources? or do you want to defend it when they try to come after us? Those are two of the biggest arguments you have. And this country is split right down the middle over that.
Oh, yeah, we got something coming. And honestly, I really did not anticipate this to happen in my lifetime. I really thought this was going to be my kids' problem.
Roger that.
But I am glad that it is happening during a time in my generation where I'm still able-bodied to at least, and able-minded to stand up and say, nope, that's unacceptable.
Yep.
I refuse to just let that slide.
Yep.
Where
well, hey, who headed up this call? I have to
too.
Excuse me, Brian. I'm sorry. I have to jump here in a minute. But who's headed up this call?
That was me. My name is Brian. Also.
Brian, thank you so much.
Hey man, it just needed to happen. It was pretty much too. I was freaking out. I was on the phone with my commander, and he said, "Go ahead and do it, man." And luckily I've got some connections, and we got a bunch of patriots that did a real good call tree. We just I think we had at least 20 states represented today, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, easy. Well, I would have spoke up sooner, but I'm kind of, I have a tendency. I ran a huge militia for a long time, stepped out of it. I've been visited a few times, stepped away, went underground. Now we're firearms instructors, and that's what we do for a living. And like I said, man, you guys, this was awesome. I wished I could have had the West Coast on this call. We run about 1,000 people strong up here, up and down the West Coast.
Awesome.
And we're into it. Anybody that's involved with militias on the West Coast, we don't allow them to even associate with us because we drop in on them, and they're out there drunk, blowing up propane bottles. It's like, seriously? What kind of training is that,
Way to represent, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, all the way from Southern California to the Canadian border, we've seen this shit. It's like, okay. So we backed off and formed this group about 5 years ago, and it grew like wildfire. And the guys are going to be glad. I wished I would have had them hop on the call, but I wanted to see, because like I said, a lot of these calls, Brian, I have so much respect for you right now because you controlled the call well, and you're just American and want the same as everybody else, but you have the words to be able to bring that into play. So that means a lot. And so did everybody else. There was a lot of good stuff spoken here tonight. And I'm going to
really
jump off my soapbox.
Hey, I actually got a question for you, Stud. I'm not positive how long you've been on. I've seen your name. We had talked earlier on the conversation, but I just want to make sure you've got the playback number for the rest of the guys, and that you're aware that we're going to try to keep this line open as long as we can. Meaning, you could pass this out to other people, find when there are boots in the ground, who's heading there, who's not. Maybe get sheriff, one of the sheriffs, any sheriff for that sake, on the conversation, or even if we can get some more soldiers. I'd like to talk to some active duty that can, keep us going. And I know Warrior Point and a lot of other brothers out there passing the word out. And, it's getting real late right now across the nation, but I got a hunch, tomorrow that, people are going to really start chiming in, somewhere between 9 and 5, and hopefully we can keep using this as a hub for the rest of the nation right now. This takes up to 1,000 people. And hopefully we all can keep spreading the word and letting people know this is here right now.
Brian, let me ask California there. This is Eric Ron in Texas. What is your name? Because I would love to make friends with you on Facebook and get you into UAMAG.
California. Were you talking to me?
You, sir.
Yeah. No, I'm not California.
Well,
we run the West Coast.
You said West
Coast.
I guess I thought I heard California. Was that no worries.
No, that's okay. We have several members in California. The majority of our members run out of Idaho, Washington, and Oregon.
Can you give me an email address? Any point of contact?
I sure can. Yeah. I'll give you my personal one. It's all lower caps. It's _the people of America, all one word, at yahoo.com.
So we understand people of America at yahoo.com, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
And I tell you what might even be easier, because I've been grandfathered into it because I've been on Facebook so long. If you want to hit me on Facebook, it's some people on here are probably going to hang up because I'm so controversial. It's Recon America.
Oh, man, that was light duty.
Well, you got
I was expecting some serious stuff there.
No. See, you're not allowed to have you're not allowed to have anonymous accounts as of 2 years ago on Facebook. Their terms of service. They grandfathered me in, and they keep trying to get me to give it up, and I won't allow it because too many people use that account and post. And we have people worldwide that research stories, not just locally, but we have them worldwide. So if we post something out of Syria or Iraq, that means we got boots on the ground over there. That's how long we've been doing this.
Wow.
We have a lot of active service people that we have to keep protected. We work everything on throwaway phones. We've been doing this for a long time, guys. That's why I wanted to get involved and hear what you guys were doing. We're there with you.
I certainly appreciate your
Go ahead and IM me. Anybody can IM me on Recon. I will shoot you to a highly encrypted email system that we can communicate back and forth in. I can even give you how to get to it. It's a free system. We've been using it for a couple of years. We actually know the guy that made it. And that's how we communicate.
Well, everybody listening in, it's time for me to go ahead and try and get some winks. I thoroughly enjoyed speaking to y'all. You know, this has been just definitely a wake-up call to understand exactly what everybody's stance is with this problem that's going on, and it's not another Waco. I mean, this is unique to itself.
Yep.
And I really, really enjoyed speaking with y'all and listening to y'all and having a different standpoint from each person that had something to say, but we are all on the same page. It's nice to know that I'm not crazy.
It is. You know? Thank you, sir. Hey, Brian. Is this Brian?
This is Brian Walker.
Okay, Brian. You say this call is probably going to go to 9 to 5? Yeah. Probably 9 to 5 tomorrow with the same number and everything.
I'm thinking 9 Central is when I'm going to turn it back on. That's when I'll have time. You know, maybe even a little bit earlier, but I actually will be at work between those times. I'll try to chime in and moderate when and where I can. But after that, then I'll be able to assist in monitoring and helping out again after 5.
All right, sir. I'm going to pass this through the group then, if you don't mind.
Please, by all means, man, make sure that goes up and down any ladder in any state, any Patriot. Again, it can handle 1,000 people. This is going to be their best resource. There's so much crap going on the internet right now, as we've been speaking for the last 5+ hours, and it's all over the place now. And hopefully this call makes some waves and does the right thing and gets people on the same page. I do not want to see one drop of blood. I don't want to hear about one shot fired. If we can get out in the heads of those soldiers, let them know, hey, man, we're your brothers. You're taking illegal orders, man. We need dudes out there with flyers, passing them to them. Get pretty girls out there with flowers, man. Pretty girls with flowers. Do it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? I'd hate to have kids in that scenario, but who's going to shoot on a bunch of pretty girls with flowers, period? Instead of these people antagonizing the police and kicking sand at the dogs, get them to calm the hell down. They're the ones that are antagonizing the cops right now. I admit the cops have antagonized. They shouldn't even be there. You're right. We're in a soft martial law over there as far as I know. Undeclared soft martial law is nothing to fuck with because that can go to their DEFCON 1 at any given time.
Right now.
And you've got, federalized troops and such that can be called on. Right now they're using contractors, which bugs the living shit out of me. There's no rules. There's no gauge. There's nobody's going to take responsibility. So it's really going to come down, in my eyes, to the most constitutional authority in that realm, which is going to be the sheriffs. If the sheriffs don't get on board, get some deputies to step up and take his place. If that guy's got to get arrested for not doing his job, put a lien on his fucking $250,000 bond, get him out of there and put the next guy that's going to do the right thing in there, all right? Enough's enough. People want to be hotheads.
Are we talking about Sheriff Gillespie?
Yeah. All right, I'm out. I got to get this number out. So,
I just read something.
Right,
he's on the Commission for Homeland Security.
Right, so they just want to increase, their budget a little bit and make things a little bit harsher out there. At this point, that's what they want, and we need to give them the opposite of what they want. They're not expecting a bunch of people to come out there and be prepared and back themselves up if need be, while being extremely peaceful, as respectful as humanly possible, and kicking them the hell out of calling them out on their fraud. They're there illegally. Get out. We can handle our own. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to.
I spoke with an officer at Sheriff Gillespie's office yesterday who told me that the FBI was the lead agency. So I set the officer straight as much as I could, but I've got the sheriff's press secretary's cell phone number if anybody is interested. I've called, left a number, left a message several times in the last few days.
Of that county, no kidding. All right.
Yes, of Sheriff Gillespie. It's his press secretary. His name is Tyler.